Are your beliefs not just based on the past experiences that you've had in your life? Everything you've done in your life leading up to this moment has shaped your beliefs, right? Isn't that true? Well, my friend messaged me that today. He responded to one of my posts and he messaged me and he said, you have beliefs because of what you experience, not because someone tells you to believe in them. Is it not true your beliefs exist based off feelings, experiences, and emotional connections to things? And this is great. I had a discussion with him and I talked about, well, I believed in my past that I was worthless, that I wasn't a good person, all these bad things, which were leading me to do bad things, right? And then we got on to talking more about it. And then he said this, which is the most important part of what he said. He said, I don't have a belief of who I am. I know who I am. And that is exactly where we want to get to. So props to him. I'm not going to say his name on here, but props to him. That is exactly where you want to be sitting in life. You don't want to believe who you are. You want to feel like you know exactly who you are. His belief in who he is so strong that he doesn't think it's a belief. He doesn't even realize that he's believing who he is. He just thinks he knows who he is. And why is this?
Yo, this is an edit to this part. Before I say this next part, I just want to say, I don't mean to be rude. I'm not trying to offend him. I'm not trying to discredit what he may or may not have experienced in his life. I'm simply stating this as a potential reason that he doesn't realize this.
Well, he probably has not had to do too much inner work in his life. Now, that is a big assumption. However, if he had to do a lot of inner work and he had a lot of problems with his self-image, then he probably would have figured out that actually you have to believe who you are. You don't know who you are, and you can choose to be whoever you want to be. So let me share my past experiences and the bad things that have happened in my life and what the beliefs I had were and why and how I changed them. Because you want to basically get to the point where you know who you are. But if your beliefs of who you are have served you well and you haven't had too many problems with the way you've treated yourself and treated other people, then it's great. Then you think you know who you are. But in reality, all you are is a belief. So let me start. I'm not going to go into details about when I was younger and stuff, but previous experiences in my life led me to kind of hate myself or think that I wasn't worthy or think that I was inherently a bad person. And what did this do? Well, it started a lot of addictions, right? How could somebody possibly smoke cigarettes every single day and drink so much alcohol to when they're throwing up and passing out and gamble so much money away and do all these bad things? How can somebody do that? Well, because they don't value themselves. They don't have any self-worth because they don't believe that they're worthy. They don't believe they're worth taking care of. And it's a belief. You just believe that you're a bad person. Look, I inherently believed that there was something wrong with me. I believed that I was a bad person and that I deserved to suffer. And I know that's to somebody who's healthy and a normal person, maybe that sounds completely stupid. Like, what the hell? Like, how could you believe that? How could you believe that? But I did. I believed it. I truly believed it. Otherwise, why the hell would I go and just like basically be giving myself lung cancer, like slowly killing myself, drinking away all my pain and blah, 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 and like doing all this gambling and all these other bad things that are unhealthy for me? Why would I do that? Well, because I didn't believe that I was worthy of not doing that. I didn't believe I was someone that needed to be taken care of, or I didn't believe I was valued, right? And that is just based on my interpretation of my past experiences. Additionally, another thing, I believed when somebody was mad at me or upset at me that it meant that they were going to leave me. They were going to like abandon me or something, right? Abandonment issues, right? So when I would get in arguments with my friends or with my girlfriends or girlfriend at the time, right, I would like fight back. I'd be like, no, like I couldn't accept their opinion. I couldn't accept their criticism because I thought if they were right and they would find something out that I was wrong, something was wrong with me, and that they would just leave me and they wouldn't want to be my friend anymore, something like that, right? And what did that lead to? Well, it didn't lead to my relationships going any better. It led to me basically, whenever someone would come to me and criticize me about something, I was like, oh my God, this is going to happen. They're going to leave me. And I would just fight what they were trying to tell me. They'd come to me and they'd say, hey man, you did this and it upset me. I'd be like, no, it didn't upset you. You just took it the wrong way and I'm not wrong. And I couldn't accept that I was wrong for anything. And I did this in relationships. I did this with my friends. I did this with my family. And obviously it just negatively affected all my relationships, right? But it was because of my belief. I believed based on my past experiences that this new experience, the same thing was going to happen. And I also believed, based on my past experiences, that I was not someone to value, not someone worthy of anything. So I treated myself badly. So where did that lead me? Treating myself badly, addiction, and and just like, not having very good relationships. Like I had relationships and friendships, but like they weren't as strong as they could have been, and they weren't as fulfilling as they could have been because I was holding the whole thing back, because I wasn't allowing people to express themselves to me, and I wasn't changing myself and helping and nurturing the relationship because I couldn't take any criticism, right? And this ties all the way back into the digital brain thing I'm trying to build. I'm putting all my memories in, and I'm asking ChatGPT like, what mistakes have I made, blah blah blah, and it's telling me that too, right? And obviously, I knew that I was making these mistakes. I knew on a top of head level, like a logic level, I knew that I was making these mistakes, but I didn't feel convinced that I could change. I didn't feel convinced that it was true. Like I didn't believe, because think about it. Like I knew, right? Like, oh, I'm treating these people badly. Like they're coming to me with a problem, and then I'm just telling them like, no, you're wrong. You're wrong. This is bad, right? I need to stop doing this, and I need to like actually accept what they're saying. And I know like on a surface level that it's because I'm scared that they're gonna leave me, but I couldn't change the belief. I couldn't get away from that belief that like, oh, they're not gonna leave me. Why? So let's talk about why. So all your beliefs you have are based on emotion, right? Like you have a past experience, based on how strong the emotion of the past experience is going to be how strong the belief is, right? And the only way to change that belief is that you have to go back into your past and relive that experience, re-feel that emotion. And now with the brain that you now have, you can reinterpret the emotion that you're feeling. Because when you're a young person who doesn't really know much about the world, you just have these strong emotions, and then you just come up with a belief, and your belief is kind of like just to help you survive or whatever. But now you need to come up with new beliefs that help you have good relationships and not be addicted to things, and build a good life, right? So you have to go back and you have to relive those emotions and then feel those emotions. There's nothing wrong with feeling them. It's going to be scary. It's going to be hard, but feel them, sit there with them and be like, whoa, this sucks, this sucks, this sucks. But then change your belief. And you can only change your belief when you're in the moment with those emotions, because you're going back and it's, what are you doing? You're just processing trauma. You're processing your past emotions. So that's another good reason why what I'm doing right now, I'm writing out all my past experiences and my memories. It's another good reason, right? Obviously I'm writing about things that are happy too, like good memories and stuff, but also there's a lot of bad memories in there, and it's good to go back and face those bad memories again, face those emotions that you didn't like, face those feelings that you felt, and then realize, oh, it's okay. Because that's another thing, you're scared to feel those emotions again because you believe that, oh, if somebody leaves me, oh, if I treat myself badly, blah blah blah, you believe that you're going to feel these emotions again. And you have to go back and feel them and realize, oh, it's okay. I don't have to be scared of it. I can feel this, and it's okay now because you're an adult now, and you just like have a normal adult brain, and you can function by yourself and be emotionally stable, right? But that's why, tying this all the way back to the start with the Instagram DMs, that's why some people go, well, what the hell are you talking about? What do you mean you believe who you are? What are you talking about? I know who I am, right? And yes, they do know who you are. They do know who they are, sorry. And you should know who you are. You should be so confident in your belief in yourself that you know who you are. You don't think who you are. You know who you are. That's what the level you want to get to. But to get to that level, the beliefs of who you are have to serve you well. And if you have certain beliefs of who you are and certain beliefs of things that are like doing bad things in your life, then you're like, hold on, this doesn't make sense. Like I have this belief, but like, why is my life not good? Like, why is my life going bad? And it's because you have these past beliefs based on past bad emotional experiences that you need to go back, you need to look at it, and you need to be like, I came up with this belief based on this experience, and maybe it was right in the moment, but it doesn't serve me anymore. It's not helping me anymore, and I need to change it. So to change it, you need to go back, you need to feel those emotions again, which is going to be very hard, but you need to feel them, sit in them, realize, oh, it's okay, I'm safe, and then change your belief. That's how you do it. That's how you change your beliefs. That's how you change your limiting beliefs that are holding you back, not creating new beliefs. I'll talk about that in a different video. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that. I thought that was a good idea to make a video on. I'm sure he's going to be fine with me making this video about that because he's a cool guy. But yeah, thanks guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.